All right, cool. So that was Dupree. We got another upgrade in town before we leave Miami. And I think we can take a car out of Miami. Like we'll hitchhike back up north. Hey, want to hear a good story? Oh, it's this guy again. Okay, so he's gonna upgrade the Casey Jones one again. Nice. So Casey Jones is like level 3 now. Bourbon 5 studs. Oh yeah, we also gotta explore Miami proper.
You've enjoyed a break on the beach, staring off the edge of the world. But the sun is starting to go down, and the breeze is getting stronger. As you're about to stand, a man plonks down near you. He sits a polite distance off, but looks at you expectantly. He smiles weakly. I just got fired. First Spanish-American radio host in the state, and they fired me. They needed to make cuts, I get that, but I'm twice the... He trails off. I don't know what I'm going to tell my wife. I could try the docks, but there's already more men than jobs, and I could barely support the family on what they pay. He hangs his head. And my boy, I can't bring myself to tell them. I don't know what to do. He calms as the sun drops below the horizon. An expanse of darkness is ahead of you. Turning back to the lights of the city reminds you that the world hasn't gone away. After a long silence, he speaks. It's never going to get better, is it?
Nah, dog.
He doesn't reply. After a minute, you feel along the sand in the dark toward where he sat. Your hand closes on a discarded shirt. The rest of his clothes make a path to the edge of the water. You can't follow him any further.
Damn. Alright, I don't have any money to go to Atlanta or Nolans, so. Alright, we gonna walk up north, I guess, or we can take a car, and then we'll take this highway across the south of Alabama out into New Orleans, I guess. So let's try that. How do I hitchhike going the other way? Because it looks like cars are only going into Miami.
Well, I'm gonna scroll my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, it's the Hotel Miami. You can check in, but you can never leave. You know, leaving Miami. Nope, that's going the wrong direction. All right. It's okay. We can go. I'm gonna go this way anyway. But someone's camped out here. Who is it? Is that? Oh, that's just Dupree again. Huh. All right. I like Dupree, but I don't think I'm ready to talk to her again. Now, supposedly I can switch out my stories. I'm not sure where or how to do that. But apparently it's a thing you can do. Hey, Cloverhook. It's on the map screen. Oh yeah, it sure is. Stories. Got it. Right, okay. Neat. I don't know why I would want to... I guess the eye is the ones that are the most... Yeah, the most, like, told, so... I don't actually have a lot to swap out. Only this one, and it's... not for anything any better, certainly. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Yeah, most of these I can't swap for people who are like, you gotta swap your stories. I can't, because I'm full. I'm not full yet. I got lots. Yeah, open eye means they don't gain anymore, but also they're like the most like powerful. So I guess the idea is you swap out the ones and you tell the other ones to spread them around. Hey, here's Tallahassee. So maybe that's what I should do? Should I be doing it the other way? Should I be like switching the stories? Oh, interesting. You have like items and stuff you can pick up too. So should I be like switching out the open eye ones? Because the like this one's where was I had one that I think was done that I could do a swap on. Oh no, not yet. Okay.
You emerge from the underbrush and find yourself at the edge of a field. A farmhouse sits at the other end. Close by, large family is tending to the plants together. They pause and regard you, almost nervously.
Well, because I'm a giant skeleton.
Hello there?
The grandmother asks. The family is almost too nice to you. When you ask for water, they don't even let you walk to the pump by the house. A child runs back to the shed for a folding chair, and they serve you lemonade in a glass among the lettuce heads.
Lemonade. That's very kind.
Halfway through your glass, you notice someone moving furtively down by the house. The cuffs of his white shirt are stained red.
Uh-oh.
The father sees your look and shifts to block your view. His eyes are bright, and his teeth are bared in something like worry. How do you like your lemonade? His wife arrives with a bag full of sandwiches for you, and the whole family ushers you back into the woods, waving, wishing you well.
Who the hell was that guy?
You take one look back over your shoulder. The man by the wall is gone.
Heavy. The farmers who gave you lemonade. Another First Communion one. Okay. So we got some money. This farmer is loitering beside a couple of crate of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. You want to hear a wild story? He starts telling you about the ghost who was punished spiritualists for their hubris. Ah, so the seance one. I see. I'll leave him with his tale. Keep cool, friend. Yeah, open up the eye on the seance one. Good.
The lightning starts in the next valley over. Then the wind picks up. The long grass hisses, and suddenly it's raining so hard you can barely breathe without a hand over your mouth. The lightning momentarily illuminates a farmhouse on the opposite hilltop, the only one for miles. Much closer, though, is a silhouette of a dilapidated barn.
Oh, let's go for the barn.
It's mostly dry here. Perhaps that's why every corner of the
Whoa.
barn has a soaked, silent traveler crouching in it. 15 or 20 of them, all staring in your direction, all blinking, all curiously dressed.
Oh,
in
it's so
the same
creepy.
brown coat. One silently points you to a spot of your own.
Well, let's hang out with these weird guys.
They scurry back and forth across the floor of the barn all night long,
I stole my
whispering
money.
to one another. When you wake,
Damn.
it's late,
Bunch of jerks.
and every single one of them is gone, along with some of your cash.
I'm gonna scroll my
Strange men hiding from the rain. I should have known not to trust brown coats.
I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground.
The woman finds you as
Hey.
you wander the streets. Come with me, child.
Oh,
She
it's just the same art. It's not the same
looking you up and
character.
down. We're going to church.
Je refuse.
You've got too far to go to spend hours listening to sermons.
That's right. Stay away from me, mystery woman, and your mystery church. I'm not about that life. All right. So I guess we can head up into. What city is that? Like I could hook back through Georgia, or I could cut through Alabama, but I wanna hit up these two. So I guess we'll go towards him.
When my coals burn low and my trains run out of track,
Is that Atlanta up there?
no one else to dig my hole.
All right. Well, I'm looking for stories anyhow. All right. Two musicians beckon you over. Billy Split. Our show's in 5 minutes. You play the upright bass. You don't. Doesn't matter. Keep plucking this string. Look, we'll pay. You fake it a couple of songs, feeling like an idiot, but hey, you get paid. Bonk, 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 bonk.
And when I'm cold and empty,
Montgomery. All right, we'll visit Montgomery after we're done with this big house over here.
You pass a meadow where
Whoa.
migrants have made a campsite. It's been trampled to pieces. A few families are fleeing, running as fast as they can back up to the roadside. An enormous bull stretches himself beside some of their squashed supplies.
An enormous bull with a flaming crown. I'm gonna take something for myself.
You inch close.
Oh, now I'm
and the
injured.
bull charges.
Of
You
course I
sprint
am.
blindly through the high grass and trip hard into a sunken stream bed, dropping everything you own into the rocky shallows. The bull paces on the bank like a victorious general until you're sufficiently humbled. Then it saunters into the high grass.
So this is the first time I've been injured. Don't know what that means. I guess we'll just keep exploring. All right, Montgomery. And I'm tired now too.
A bus roars up on the road behind
Whoa.
you, then slows to a crawl at your side.
Wait a second.
Inside, you can barely see people moving, dancing, swaying. Strings of lights, strange smoke.
The Volkswagen bus, the Volkswagen Type 2, this vehicle didn't come out until 1950. This is a time-traveling hotbox hippie bus.
Want a ride?
The driver calls. Before you can open your mouth, a huge hairy hand like an animal's paw lands heavy on her shoulder.
It's the Wild Hunt, but
Not this one, a voice growls.
with marijuana.
So deep it vibrates your rib cage. The driver shrugs and leaves you in a cloud of perfumed exhaust.
Get behind me, the devil's cigarettes. Satan's lettuce.
Here's a derelict school building.
Heavy one.
Shutters nailed shut. Wind-drifted dunes piled against the walls. Broken desks lined
sorry,
up
did someone
in the
say dune?
basketball court. While you rest on the front porch, the doors open, and someone gives a startled yelp. He's an older man, tidy and unshaven, carrying a toolbox in one hand and brandishing a broom in the other. "Don't squat here," he growls. "We're not abandoned."
Run
You
away.
book it across the baseball diamond. He doesn't follow. And when you reach the road, you look back and see him pacing in the basketball court, teaching to the rows of empty desks.
The old janitor in the abandoned school. Okay. All right, y'all. We gotta find somewhere we can rest. There's a camp way over there, so let's head that direction. Birmingham. Oh, I gotta stop for stories.
Two brothers stroll up to you in the street, wearing identical scowls and identical steel-toed boots. One spits in front of you. "Don't stay in town overnight," the other says. "No vagrants after dark."
This is our town, scrub. All right, you fucking defy us, goofs. I'm gonna hide in town.
You hide in an alley.
God damn it.
But around
I got
midnight,
bad luck.
you're woken by bright lights and a rain of boots. As they hurl you back onto the road, you catch two familiar faces in the crowd. This time, smiling.
God damn it. I feel like I'm gonna just die. I gotta be careful. Like, I can't take another hit like that. Which is like weird, because like this game, it feels like having health mechanics and stuff just seems like a weird choice. It's break time at a half-finished bridge. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. Kings do like sitting on buckets. They listen rapidly to a story about the legendary Gwen Michett, the richest and most ruthless bootlegger ever. Realize it's a story about the shootout. Oh, so the shootout is like maxed out now. What a story. I think. Let's take a look at it. Which one was that? That was a... Yeah, there it is. Maxed out. Gwen Michett, richest, most ruthless bootlegger ever.
You weren't supposed to see this.
Oh, jeez, these
Outside
two
town,
again.
Two men, identical, stand sentry over a third body half covered with a canvas sheet. "Might as well grab a shovel, being that you're here," the man in front says. When you hesitate, he makes an appeal to your Christian charity.
Sure, let's bury a corpse. Why not?
You and John dig a hasty grave while his brother stands back, keeping a lookout. Closer now, you see the corpse shares their face. "Tom was the oldest by an hour," John says.
Jeez.
"So I guess George and me, we got a few hours on him now." "Mean son of a bitch. Beat the life out of us. Did it our folks that way. Got to be too much, so last night we said we'd do him in. George dragged him out here to do it. I would have helped, you know, but George is a strong one out of me and him. Thank Jesus Tom's gone. I thought I'd have trouble saying that, but I don't." John squints at the body, then freezes. "Wait, Tom's nose wasn't bent like that."
Oh, shit.
Despair floods his face.
Oh, that's so
He
good.
looks ready to throw
You
up.
killed the wrong twin.
You leave him to it.
That's a real good story. Nice twist. That's a good one. You goofed. You goofed it. All right, let's have a little sit here with this camp. Saw.
I take a look at you.
Hey, I know
Figure
you.
we're heading to the same place. You've been walking a long time, same as me, trying to find where you fit. You ever wonder
God,
if that place
squirrel
don't
food.
exist?
The wrong kid
No
died.
shame in it, I do. Plenty of time I wonder if I'll just walk forever. You start to wonder, how did I get here? When you're alone, all you have is all this time. Time to trace the lines back to where things started. But tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen out there so far?
Wild? He wants a thrilling story? How about the time some goofs in Birmingham beat the shit out of me? A bull that terrorized travelers. Let's tell him that one. That seems cool. Flaming crown bull.
Damn, there's one surprising tale. I guess you can tell I've had my share of run-ins with authority.
I guess you can tell I had to fight some zombies one time.
It ain't a secret that the white man hates Negroes, but it's always new to feel that hate.
Damn.
The newness of how much they hated a Negro in a union was something different altogether. The look in a man's eye when they're aiming to kill you. It's as sharp as a gunshot. So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
Oh, I got lots of sad stories. Let me tell you some sad stuff. How about a guy that drowned himself because he got fired from his job?
I hear you. There's some sadness out there. Things get took from you. You realize that things get took from you. You ain't never owned them in the first place. That's a dark place. You got any exciting stories? Anything that'll get my heart going?
So I want an exciting story and hopefully one I haven't told yet. So let's see. What's an exciting one? It's not scary. The rising workers movement? Maybe that's exciting? I don't... Story of the grave robber? Strange men near Tallahassee. Oh, Casey Jones, but I've told that one so many times already. I don't have any more stories to swap in. That's like I'm good. I'm not even maxed out on some of my stories yet. So yeah, maybe the Thunderbirds one. Oops. Okay. I clicked. All right. I clicked this one by accident.
Trying to scare me.
I didn't
Stories
mean to
about
tell you
travel.
that story.
When I first picked up and moved, it wasn't by choice. It had me in shackles. But anyway, now I feel like hearing a hopeful story. Got any of those?
Go boy. I mean, I'm not big on hope personally. But let me tell you about this one. Let's talk about this pigeon keeper. Yeah, I figured a lover's one would probably be good. Right, hope keep
Come
things
on,
alive.
You can't shock me.
What?
Well,
Yeah, that guy's, I guess that guy's
love
technically that was
stories.
like a necromancer
I
story.
mostly love work.
That's okay.
Working the land felt natural. It felt good. It was the work itself, the labor, the sweat. And knowing that I could point at it and say, that's mine. But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
Okay, definitely I can pull up some tragic shit though. That I can do. Let's see. Anonymous Grave. The twins one. That one seems like scary almost. Like the ones, yeah, Mason. The thing is, like, I'm gonna tell him that grave one. I think I'm gonna go with that one. Where is it? Anonymous Grave. That seems sad.
Body and soul. I think
There we
about
go.
the past sometimes. I never wanted nothing but to be a farmer, to do honest work, get an honest wage. I ain't never gonna be a farmer now. Not much use to think about it. Here's the sun. I got to get going. My route goes up this way, but I sure did enjoy talking to you.
So he's just heading back into.
It's probably the kind of story you've heard a million times. Down on your luck, need work, take whatever you can get. How about you? Does my life sound familiar?
Shaw's Life and Times. Okay, now I'm still injured, and also, yeah. Look, if I just go backwards, he's right there. We can go talk to him again. But I'm gonna go up into Tennessee. I'm gonna go up into Tennessee, and we're gonna hit up that next one. Yeah, so if we look at my stories again, like I don't have any maxed out here. Nothing there. I have this future boss one maxed out, but there's nothing to do there. There's nothing to swap it with. Same with these. We're working on it. Casey Jones is maxed out, but there's nothing to move. Same thing. Like I don't have any good ones to swap yet. This one I guess I could. Go ahead and mitch it. For Shaw's Life and Time. There we go. Alright. So this music is great. Alright, let's explore and earn money and see what we can do. Ah, man, I can never make money in these series. Damn you, Nashville. This is a tired city, but things are changing, locals say. For instance, the local full-size replica of the Parthenon was recently rebuilt. You mosey on that way for a look.
From the windows of the store, you can hear a radio, turned all the way up, tuned to the Grand Ole Opry show being played across town. Two young girls sit outside listening to the music. Suddenly, it cuts off, and they howl in protest.
Let's talk to the girls.
Despite their obvious vexation, neither of the girls seems inclined to enter the store to see why the broadcast ceased. They seem to be preparing to leave on their bikes. When you approach, one says,
Don't bother. Always stops exactly this time, every week.
Always?
The other one matter-of-factly says,
That's when he died.
before you can ask anything else, they've ridden away.
Alright.
The window is so grimy you can barely see through the glass. But it's obvious there's nothing to see anyway. It's dark and empty. There's certainly no radio, nor any people. Just a lot of sad dust, marked where the furniture used to stand. Old memories, carted away.
Music haunted store. Nice. And do I have money? Can I buy some sandwich? Nope. I'm poor. Hey, monkeys. Welcome to the squad. Thank you. Okay, well, let's, I guess, just jump right into this next person, because otherwise I'll have to walk all the way over there and then come back. So let's go say hi to them. Althea. Oh, this is Gita Jackson's other character.
I wanted to be the best blues singer in the world.
Ooh,
By God, I was.
that's a good voice.
I was born a poor girl in Memphis, Tennessee. No father. He run out. No mama either. She was there, but she weren't there really. All alone before my Uncle Richard, my baby brother Marcus. All alone but for the guitar. Ooh, now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
Let me tell you about a man who drowned. It's a story I quite like telling.
Oh, now that pain. I got stories about sadness. Something in my mama just broke when my father left. Couldn't get her to eat most days, let alone feed me and my brother. Ooh, now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
Yep, that's easy enough to find. How about a story about, let's see here, an anonymous grave. Get that one going again.
I drink to that. I don't like to think about the past. When I lay down to bed now, I hear Marcus cry out to me. He's hungry, he says. When I was a girl, all I wanted was to help him. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Hell yeah. All right, let's find a good ghost one that we haven't told yet. Let's see. Dark and scary. Where's the headless rider? Yeah. The Hessian.
Oh, that's a scary one.
Yeah, girl.
Talking about getting trapped. Sometimes I hated him. I hated that he was my only tie to Memphis. That getting Marcus fed was why I had to stay.
But I love Marcus.
Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in...
All right, so she needs another scary story. How about... Let's see, what have I not told yet? Let's see. Bottomless Lake of Clear Water. Yeah, I'll tell you about the Jersey Devil.
Ooh, now. That sends shivers up my spine. Home.
I waved at that goat.
And sometimes home speaks to you. But I felt like a foreigner after Uncle Richard died.
Little Richard?
I dreamed all night of running away with my brother, discovering we were African royalty, a little prince and a little princess. I'm in the mood for a good, hopeful story. You got any?
Hopeful story. The Immortal Seagulls? There
It's
you
good
go.
to light the darkness every once in a while. You want to hear about my family? Uncle would save me bread and milk. Uncle would play his songs for me and I would clap and laugh. Uncle would press my fingers to the string, tell me, "Go on ahead, girl." Then Uncle died. The sun is up. One more night gone. I need to be going. If you want to hear more about the deal I made, you can look for me up the road this way. I was about 25 when I left my first record contract. No more richer than I was before. Those men took me around like a freak show. Me and my guitar and my sad songs. I didn't know what to do once I was free again. Alone, drinking my sorrows. And that's where the devil found me.
I like her. She's really interesting. You know, blues singer? Yeah, that's very cool. We could head south. And we could talk to him again. Or we could go up into the Midwest, and there's like a ton more people up here. I feel like I want to hit up... Let's hit up one more time. Let's go south. Because then we'll go through Chattanooga.
The bull
Ooh,
lounges
shit.
by this construction site, basking in the bitter sun. Upon his head is a silver crown shrouded in tongues of pale fire. Laborers periodically wander past, seemingly unconcerned. The bull catches your eye. You realize you've been staring.
Your Highness?
The bull arches his head languidly away from you. I'm waiting for my friend, he informs you airily. Now all the laborers are stopping and staring.
The bull with a flaming crown. Cool.
Well, I'm gonna catch
C.P. Pennebaker.
The dandy approaches seconds after you enter the saloon and extends his hand.
Syndicated in 16 papers. Trying to find out what life is honestly like for folks like you out here. Trade you a drink for your story?
I'm into the market for stories about giant skeleton men. You look like a giant skeleton man. You want to tell me your story?
C.P. Pennebaker takes down your tail in a frenzy.
This is precisely what folks want to hear.
He cries. He pumps your hand vigorously on his way out the door, leaving you with the bill.
I didn't have any money anyway. Dandy newspaper reporter skipped out on his bill. What a prick. Alright, we're gonna hit up Hotlanta, and then we're gonna go that way, back in Alabama. We're gonna do a little circle. All right, Atlanta, give me some goddamn money this time. Come on. Atlanta's suffering, you can tell. Even before the Depression got started, crops were failing and farms are closing. Now everyone's looking desperate. What a great place for me to earn some money. Nobody gives you anything. This is a broken town and a broken country. All right. Great.
You find yourself in a poker game on the 3rd floor of the Winecoff Hotel. Sometimes these things just happen. The man with the burned face to your left, he never gave his name, growls at the smiling man seated on your right.
You ain't got the stomach. I killed men for lessons in that pot.
Smiler plays on and takes the hand. The burned man bares his teeth. This hand comes down to the burned man and Smiler.
Walk
I
away,
love that.
boy.
It's so good.
Says the burned man. Smiler drops his grin. Ain't your boy, Roy.
Yeah, Roy.
Roy's
Get yourself
eye
a new boy
twitches.
toy, Roy.
Smiler outplays Roy again, and a new hand comes around. You've got an okay hand. Not a world beater, but not nothing.
This went great the last time. I'm gonna push my luck.
You play your hand
Ha
well
ha, fucker.
and push Smiler into folding. You scrape a good number of chips into your pile. Roy's preoccupied and has to be nudged into dealing. You finally hit a decent hand.
Make it count.
Roy is
ah,
still
fuck.
staring at Smiler. What'd you say your name was?
I didn't, but it's Jackson.
Jackson, repeats Roy.
I knew a Jackson once.
There's a fierce look in Roy's eye.
Let's see him.
You play your hand well, but Smiler has you beat. He takes the lion's share of the chips on the table. Roy cashes out and slips away.
God damn it, Roy.
You play a few more rounds, but that hand practically sewed up the game. As you
So
leave the
what I love about
hotel,
this is
you smell
like we were
smoke.
talking about at the beginning,
You cross the street and look.
calling somebody like Smiler or the Burned Man, like the idea of people being not by their name but by the archetypal stuff you can assign to them. It's pretty cool. It's a cool way to like mythologize characters in a game. You can do it in RPGs real easy too. Yeah, Man in Gray, exactly. Yeah, same thing we were talking about before.
my vagrant song.
Okay, there's a few more stories to pick up on my way down to talk to that dude again.
You didn't think the musician would even notice you. He seemed off in his own little world, idly strumming and muttering along in tune. He stops and calls out to you from his perch on the sidewalk.
What's your name?
He winks.
Now watch this.
He sings Baby Won't You Please Come Home, but with your name in the lyrics.
Now,
He says,
if you found that meant something to you, and you want to show some of that appreciation, I sure would be obliged.
I ain't got shit, dude. Blood from a stone.
he clenches his jaw.
You've taken my art without recompense for the labor. Now, the god I pray to ain't a violent one, but I curse you for that. And you believe me, artists wherever you go will know you ain't a friend of him.
Jesus, pushy.
As you leave, he loudly sings a song about the devil. You don't know whether he's referring to the god he prays to, or you.
Satan's bard. It's a dick move.
I say, you there.
Shouts the boy, sitting on the broken stairs of a sand-swept shack. His imperial affect seems at odds with his shabby clothes and sallow skin.
I shall pay you this enormous, beautiful, shining coin if you would only dance for me.
Fuck you, kid.
The boy's faster than he looks. He snatches your wrist and sinks his teeth into your palm.
Have it.
He shrieks, jumping up and letting the coin fall to the dirt.
Have it then, if money is all that matters to you.
He hurries inside, and you think you hear him crying.
You have died. Fuck. Well, I just got killed by a kid who bit me. Damn it. All right, let's continue. Let's see what happens.
Bad luck again, but there's no shame in dying. Everyone does it. You still have a job to do. But if you want to learn anything more from me, now is the time. And I'm sure we'll end up seeing more of each other before you're through. It's hard to tell when it happens, but I know that luck is affecting what you see and do. Think how different it could be if you were more or less lucky. Are you noticing that maybe time isn't as solid as you thought? There are some people you'll meet from the future, sure. They all have important things to say.
There you go. So he's telling us like we're unmoored in time, which is cool.
You haven't earned your freedom yet. Don't be so impatient, though. Haven't you ever heard that it's about the journey, not the destination?
I'm not sure the purpose of telling him these stories. Yeah, it explains the time-traveling hippie bus.
There's so much here. Have you seen the vastness? The fields and the deserts
Hey,
and the
Drexler.
lakes, and the woods, looming mountains and the vast canyons. It feels like too much for one place to contain.
Yeah, I mean we'll come back to him later. Oh, I see. Like he wants these people's stories, but he's already maxed out, right? So
I'm your boss in the sense that you owe me. and so I get to tell you how to pay the debt. But I'm not in charge. Go on your way, Seeker. I'm sure we'll meet at least once more. Think about what we've discussed, and good luck on the rest of your task.